Why did you refuse to give up your seat on the bus?
I didn't think that I should have to get up out of my seat. I didn't refuse because I was physically tired. I refused because I was tired of giving in. And I didn't think it was right that I had to move seats just so someone else could sit down.
Why did you get on the bus that day?
I was coming home from my job as a seamstress at the Montgomery Fair department store.
What movement or movements were you a part of?
I was a part of the NAACP and the Civil Rights Movement.
Why did you join the movement?
I joined the movement because I was tired. I was tired of giving in. I was tired of giving up my seat to other people. I wasn't going to take it anymore. It was ridiculous what I had to do and comply to. And if anyone didn't comply, then they would have been arrested and thrown in jail, which I didn't think was right. So I decided to do something about it. And it seemed as though the only way something would be done about it was if we were to protest the way people were treated.
Did you think the movement would change anything?
I was hoping that the movement would change the way people saw each other. I had the same goal as Martin Luther King Jr. I wanted people to view each other not for the color of their skin, but for the quality of their character. Everyone should have equal opportunities, and those opportunities shouldn't be based on the color of your skin.
Did you work with anyone in the movement?
Yes, I worked with Martin Luther King Jr. in the bus boycott, and I worked with lots of other people.
Was the bus boycott planned?
No, the bus boycott wasn't planned. I was just tired of complying to what others wanted me to do.
Why were you the only one on the bus that refused to move?
I think that the other 3 people on the bus were scared because if they didn't comply, then they would get arrested like I did. The bus driver had the authority to forcibly remove people if they didn't comply, and they would be arrested. The bus driver had more authority than he needed.
How did you feel being the only one to stand up for yourself?
It felt good, but I felt like I was alone because the other 3 people didn't stand up. But it felt like I was actually doing something about this problem that we had to fix.
What do you think everyone's goal was in the movement?
I think everyone's goal was to have people to be treated equally and have equal opportunities for everyone.
Do you think the movement was successful?
Yes, I think the movement was successful because segregation ended, but the movement also wasn't successful because African Americans were still not being treated fairly and not having a fair chance to get opportunities like everyone else.
What would you have done better?
The protesting could have gone better. There could have been more peaceful protests and less violent ones.
Do you regret getting involved in the movement?
No, I don't regret getting involved in the movement. I felt like it actually did something for the problem that we had to fix.
What are your thoughts on the assassinations of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr.?
My thoughts are that the assassinations of those 2 people are sad. They were just trying to help people and help make civil rights equal for everyone and give everyone an equal opportunity in what they did.
What do you feel were the failures of the civil rights movement?
I feel the failures were that there were too many deaths. People didn't have to die just to prove a point. They could have done a better job to prevent people dying and make things more peaceful than they were.
What are your thoughts on nonviolence?
I feel as though nonviolence is a better choice because then people don't get hurt and people don't die for what they're trying to accomplish.
Do you feel like there is still racism in the U.S. after the movement?
Yes, there will probably always be racism in the U.S. because there is always at least one person who thinks differently than the others and who has to be different in what they think.